I'm here on May 18th, 2024, and we're here with some celebrities and special people for them representing the history of Laguna Beach right now. And I think we have here today Bette Davis.
However did you know? Good morning, darling.
You look fabulous.
Not as fabulous as you.
Thank you. And this is Mr. Jack Norworth.
Hello.
Is that correct?
Good morning.
And can you tell us about your fame here in Laguna Beach?
Absolutely. You know, I was the writer of the great Take Me Out to the Ballgame, which you might be familiar with, as they play it during the 7th inning of every Major League Baseball game. And right here in Laguna, I founded the Little League team here in 1952. So I've been running this joint for a pretty long time, I would say.
Wow, it's so nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I've seen pictures of you handing out the Cracker Jacks.
Oh,
to
these little
kids.
babies?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
These
the
are my
representation of Cracker Jacks is...
Oh, yes, of course. And what can I say? They're the best treat on this side of the Mississippi. That's what I'll say.
Excellent. Prize in every package.
Yes.
So what are y'all doing on my porch?
Oh, just
You must be
I
Mr.
don't know you
Murphy.
guys.
Oh, nothing.
Yes, I'm Vernon Murphy.
And
How
what
you
is
doing?
your connection with this cottage here, this bungalow?
I am the owner of this bungalow.
You were the owner, I
The
understand.
First owner of the bungalow, yes.
You and Mrs. Smith have to have an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
And what was it you were secretly doing here in this bungalow? Do you have anything comment about that?
Let's just say I was running a business.
Okay. We will go look in that little basement door and we'll see that. Yes, it's still there, you know, some evidence of your doings here. And Miss Bette Davis, we're so happy to see you today.
So
What's
glad
your
to be
connection
here
to Laguna Beach?
Oh my goodness. Well, I moved to Laguna in the mid to late 1940s. Bought my mother a home here. I had my first daughter in Santa Ana just down the road. Quite the connection to the city, if you ask me.
Wow.
Hello, good morning, darling. And how are you today?
I'm doing good. Welcome.
Welcome.
What's the occasion?
Saturday, that's the occasion. We're
Good to see you, Pancho Barns. This is
I'm
great.
Pancho Barns. I was just sharing here, mingling. One of the visions that I had was to allow the talented, intelligent human beings known as women to be able to be fighter pilots in the military.
Oh my goodness.
We've got what it takes. If you don't believe me, you can see all of my talent captured in a variety of films, including Howard Hughes fronted it, Hell's Angels. And because of my association in Hollywood, I founded a union so that we could have fair pay, fair rights for what we do. But you know, women can do things, and many times better than men. That's all I'm saying.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not sure. I am absolutely positive.
Oh, that's much better.
All right. I'll meet you on the airstrip. We see who can fly their plane through the
Okay.
barn successfully without taking off the roof.
Now, Pancho, I understand you had a runway here in Laguna Beach.
I sure did. North Laguna's airstrip. It was my grandmother's property initially. I'm sure she never imagined having a granddaughter that would do such a thing. I did.
Did she get to see that? Did she see your
Well,
runway?
I kind of have to keep it on the lowdown because remember, in my heyday, women and aviation wasn't something that your grandmother would be excited about. So, I tried.
What other celebrities did you meet living here in Laguna and flying your
My
plane?
friend, who I didn't meet here, George Harrell, was a resident here, and it was because of me that I introduced George Harrell to the different hobnobbers of Hollywood, and he went on to photograph the best of the best. Jane Russell, that photograph of her lying on a bale of hay in a farm, that was one of them. And with me, he took a photograph of me that I used for my ID card so that I could get my pilot's license. Looking like this, looking more like a Pancho than a Florence.
So your given name was Florence, but you.
Oh yes, and I'm Pancho. Come on.
Okay.
In my heart, in my soul, in my life, I am Pancho. And my time in Mexico, being maybe a little bit reckless with some questionable characters, but I did what I had to do to bring me to where I needed to be in order to embrace my love of flying and to inspire others to do the same. Male, female, didn't matter. You have a passion for being in the air and to feeling that natural high that you get when you're doing stunts. Instead of just, you know, women are not meant to be flight attendants. I think back in my day we probably called them stewardesses. but we can fly. We can be there making those tough decisions.
Holding the
We can
reins.
do tricks. We can do stunts. It's a high. Unless you've done it, I mean, I'd love to invite you to come to my plane.
He's going to show us some of his evidence of, oh my gosh.
I've never seen down in there.
Some of my rum running.
Oh yes, it wasn't just rum. It was
All alcohol.
all alcohol. Okay. Well, that was during the Prohibition years, huh? Okay. Was it lucrative? Oh, Mrs. Smith, it's so nice to see you. Blanche Smith, right?
Yes, we're so
Yes.
happy you're here. You know, this is Frank Cuprien. He's a famous artist.
Oh my goodness. I have heard about you and seen your paintings. You're extremely well known and liked, and I believe you started an art group here. What was that art group? It was a museum or something?
The Laguna Beach Art Association.
Art Association. Okay. Wow.
I was part of that.
You were
It
part
wasn't
of that.
me.
Okay.
You know, I think Edgar Payne
Oh,
had
Edgar
a lot
Payne.
to do with that.
Edgar Payne,
But I
too.
joined along.
Nice. And Mrs. Smith, I understand you lived in this home.
I lived in this home, absolutely. We lived across the street first.
Oh, okay.
But then when my mother bought this house from Mr. Murphy, you've heard of him.
Yes, I saw him inside.
Yes. Oh, no, my goodness. Well, that was quite fun to explore. But yes, I lived here, and I've lived here longer than anyone.
Wow.
And I enjoyed my time here. You know, I could just pull down a shade and signal acorns next door. I need some cream, and they would come and help me out. Oh, I would take daily walks to the main beach.
Okay.
Of course, when I was younger, we went to Cabrillo Dance Hall. Now, that was quite.
Oh my goodness.
Or
Wow.
the time I flew in the plane, you know, Pancho's here. Did you speak with
Yes,
Pancho?
I did speak
Well,
with her.
We could fly so low, I could almost grab my mother's hat off of her head here.
That's fabulous.
She wanted me to go up in that contraption, and I said, forget about it.
Well, you should have gone because of the view.
That's what she said. I would be able to look down and see the ocean in a way that I'd never seen it before.
Yes.
But I told her, I paint what's in my mind.
Okay. Is that right?
That
Interesting.
explains it.
Okay.
Once you get to know him, I mean, he is the most well-traveled.
Oh, wonderful. And then your mother lived here as well before you were.
She lived, you know, I did get married to Mr. Smith, and we moved to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Until he became too ill, as did mother.
Okay.
So we moved back down here, and I helped take care of. Well, I did take care of both my mother, who died in '59,
Oh.
and my husband. We lived for another 10 years or so.
Okay, so you were here till 1990 something.
99?
1990.
Well, 99. A little bit before then, I was.
1989.
Went to a home. I was failing at that point.
Okay.
But I did pass on in 1990, and I lived to 89 years young.
I've heard a lot of people here that remember you from living in that time here, that you would walk to the beach every day.
Every day, and I would talk to all the people that would come walk by. It was a lovely time. Lovely time. And it took quite a time to see the change. I mean, parking was no problem when we first started coming
Oh,
here. Teens and 20s. And
yes.
and the houses were
Roads
just
were a problem.
Roads
There
were
were
a
mud.
problem.
We had to trample through the mud to get to the art museum.
That's right. The art museum was just around the corner up there, right?
The
Yeah.
highway was not built yet.
Yeah. It was.
When you first came here, how old were you? You were like 11 years old? I remember you then.
Oh, isn't he sweet? Well, I'm not sure I can remember you. I did remember you when I was a little bit older.
Can you tell me about some of your art experiences?
Well, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and I studied there at Cooper Union. And then I decided that I preferred the European art scene, so I went for 11 years to Europe. And I studied in Rome, in Paris, and in Germany, in Munich. I also got a certificate in classical piano.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. Okay.
Then I came back and I was a teacher in Texas at Baylor University. But I didn't like that. I thought that California was the place for an artist. And I heard about this artist colony happening out here. And I came to Catalina. But at one point I came over here and I visited here. And right about when you first came here in 1912. And there weren't many people here. There was only about 300 people living in the town in that area when I came, but it was magic. Totally magic. And I built a studio right here along the coast. I named it the Viking, and I would just sit there painting the ocean. My favorite pastime.
And it looks like you've got a painting starting here. Was that basically
right.
what you painted, is the scenes and landscapes?
This is what I did.
Yeah.
This is what I do. Yes.
Yeah. Plein air in the
Plein air.
outside in the air.
All of my painting is done outside,
Okay. Okay, good.
just like this.
It's very nice to meet you guys. We're so happy that you're here today. Thank you so much. I hope you get a lot of visitors.